The reman resistance is very much in need of your help.
My contacts tell me that Starfleet has rejected my request for military assistance. That is regrettable, but not unexpected. The Tal Shiar are formidable opponents, as are the forces directing their action. I understand why the Federation would hesitate to engage them directly. So today I appeal to you, not as an ally in battle, but as a person of compassion. My people need your help. I need your help. One of our ships was carrying a load of thalaron weapons through the Nopata system. That ship has disappeared. There are no indications there was a battle. It's as if my ship and its cargo simply vanished. I know you have your reservations about the lengths to which I will go to secure the freedom of my people. Tell me, if you do not trust me with thalaron weapons, do you want Hakiv to have them? I can provide you with the last coordinates of the vessel. Please help me. Do what you will with the weapons, if they survive. But find my people.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Star Trek Online. In the last episode, we found the Reman Resistance's base and met Obasek, and we found out that his ideals very much aligned with that of the Federation and Starfleet. Obasek also explained that the actions of the Tal Shiar are being controlled by his so-called demons. Now, until we can find out what these demons actually are and if they actually exist, helping him would be a violation of the Prime Directive. So, Admiral Tenay has sent the Revenant alone to assist Obasek. And this time, we're assisting him in, hopefully, keeping thalaron weapons out of the hands of the enemies of the Federation. Let's get into it. Sensors aren't reading any active vessels on scanners. There is, however, a debris field nearby. It is clustered around a satellite in orbit of the planet, and the composition of the debris corresponds with ships that have gone missing in this region. We'll keep scanning, but we'll need to take a closer look before we can determine if there are thalaron weapons in one of the hulks. Helm, set a course. There's the satellite. Tavral, scan the nearest derelict ship. Tavral isn't detecting the vessel that Obasek sent us to find, but all of the ships in the debris field show signs of being affected by the same thing, a high-frequency energy beam that overloaded all of their systems. Tavral thinks that if the Reman's ship was hit by that beam, it might have crashed into the planet's surface or gone adrift somewhere else in the system. Let's execute a search pattern on the planet's surface from orbit. Maybe we'll find the wreckage of a ship. Tavral is detecting energy readings from the satellite. If the Reman crew detected them as well, they could have tried to use it to record a distress signal. Tavral suggests we get closer to attempt an uplink with the satellite's communication array. Right, we can do that and then we can execute the search pattern. Helm, close with the satellite. Oh my goodness. Tavral, report. I mean, firstly, the sound's not stopping. Secondly, that, again, Vulcan, no. Tavral reports that the beam is holding us like a fly in a spider's web. We've managed to keep life support and environmental systems active, but almost everything else is offline. Shields, weapons, engines, nothing works apparently. Tavral is not detecting any life signs on the satellite, but apparently there's a compartment with life support. Tavral thinks the systems operating the beam must be automated. Or maybe we can beam aboard and shut down whatever this is, and get rid of that bloody sound. The consoles here appear to control the beam that is draining power from the Revenant, but there's a security lock preventing access. We need to find a usable console. We'll shoot the bloody consoles if we have to. Cargo bay console. Zarva says that the console doesn't appear to be locked like the others. Whoever did it must not have thought that the console used for inventory control was important. Zarva thinks she can access a back door into the rest of the satellite's programs from here. Apparently, the Romulan consoles are causing a lockout by forcing the satellite's primary processors to run through a series of equations. It's certainly an interesting way of encryption, but maybe the Romulans thought that whoever tried to free their ship wouldn't expect this? Anyway, I just have to solve these few equations and then the ship is free. And there we have it. I am an expert codebreaker. We've solved the equations that were causing issues in the other consoles. Tvrel says that now we need to plug these correct values into the consoles controlling the security lock, and then Tvrel thinks that we should be able to access all of the satellite's major operations. Targeting override console. Let's input the correct values. Now, we can access the targeting console and see if we can get it to target something else. Access long-range scanners. Object detected, USS Revenant, currently targeted. Please select an option. Expand scan range, 100 kilometers. No objects, 500 kilometers. No objects, 1,000 kilometers. It's detecting that derelict hulk we scanned earlier. Open ship identification program. Object detected, vessel, identified, disabled. Object detected, derelict hulk, identified, non-functional. Reclassify derelict hulk as active. Right. Examine telemetric data of all identified targets. Those are the coordinates. Access targeting control. Designate derelict hulk as priority target. New primary target selected. Excellent. Revenant informs me that the satellite has ensnared a piece of debris near the ship. Its stranglehold on the Revenant is weaker, however, they're not out of the woods yet. Critical systems are stable, however, we still don't have weapons or long-range communications. Let's see if we can't fix that. Power generator override console. Override code 6317. Passcode correct. Excellent. Power generator console. Zarva says that since we aren't able to free our ship by targeting something else, perhaps we can decrease the power to the satellite's weapon. Then the Revenant might be able to break free. I agree. Update power save modes. Current power save mode, power user. Triggered save mode, never. Power allocation, full. Load power save mode, economical. Power save mode, economical. Triggered save mode, opportunistic. Power allocation, minimal. Return to the main menu. Set process priority values. Restore factory default settings. Right. Another message from the Revenant. They've found that if the Revenant doesn't attempt to move or fire at the satellite, then it engages a low power version of the beam affecting them. It's almost like an energy saving mode. We can use that to our advantage. At least we won't have to worry about life support. They'll hold the ship stable and keep working on boosting power to critical systems while we try to disrupt the satellite's functions and free the Revenant. Right, let's access that last console we unlocked. Satellite Operations Override Console. Override code 4400. Passcode correct. Let's see what we can do here. Duval says that we've managed to minimize the power output of the satellite. She thinks that if we keep at it, we can switch the satellite's controls over to a sleep mode that will shut down everything but life support and power. Let's see what we can do. Change operational state. Current operational state on. Set satellite's operational state to off. Oh, that was easy. Another message from the Revenant. Systems are coming back online all over the ship. They have weapons, shields, and even the replicators are working again. Transporters are standing by, and we can beam back as soon as we're ready. Revenant, 5 to beam up. What happened? This isn't the Revenant. They were transporting us back. What the hell is this? I appear to be in a cave. Where the hell am I? Some sort of prison? Now what? I still have my phaser. Maybe I can cut through the gate. No, my phaser isn't working. Either they've damaged it in the transport, or there's a dampening field. There's another prisoner here. Now what do I do?
If you fail to comply with command,
Now we fight, or we die!
Thanks for the information, but what do you mean, like, fight you?
Make sure you pick up a melee weapon. All of your gear is deactivated, and I won't protect you in there.
Looks like they've got a weapon selection here. Vulcan Lurpers, Tsukatsi Falchion. God knows if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And a Batleth. Lurpers are very long and unwieldy, unless you know exactly how to use them. The sword's a good option. Easy to use, but the blade's a bit short. I think I'm gonna go with a Klingon Batleth. I suppose this is where we fight?
commencing test 1. No pod in desert Akari entering testing area.
Those are the ugliest spiders I've ever seen.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Looks like our companion also throws a Batleth. God, these are massive! They look like ticks.
Commencing test 2. Releasing warrigals now.
Oh, this is actually worse.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Well, at least they're focusing on my friend. Oh, not anymore. Okay,
Proceeding to test 3.
that dog just got vaporized by a sword. Alright.
Enemy targets on
Yeah, focus on him. Oh god, no. Hey, it's slow and unwieldy. Ah, but it still does some damage. Oh, it got me that time. Luckily, my personal shield is still working.
Prisoner 1478. Remain in the area for interrogation.
What the hell?
Prisoners return to holding area. Failure to comply will result in punishment.
Well, I don't like the sounds of punishment, so I'll go back. Hopefully nothing bad happens to him. He's a reman. Maybe he's one of Obasek's soldiers. Do I have to get back? Well, I'd like to not be punished. They let me keep the Batleth, though. Maybe I can use it to get out of here. Nope. The gate is far too strong. Alright. Nothing left to do but wait. Oh? My companion has returned. Hi. What the hell is going on?
What do you want?
Who are you?
My name is Slamek. I am part of a resistance. Perhaps you have heard of it?
Obisek's resistance.
About a week ago, I was part of a crew ferrying weapons from one base to another. When we passed through this system, a satellite disabled our ship. It drifted into the planet's atmosphere. I activated the emergency transporter, and a few of us were able to transport to safety before the ship crashed in the desert. We were looking for shelter and a way to contact our people when a group of soldiers found us. They took us here and kept throwing us into the arena. Now I'm the only one remaining. That is all I know.
The only one remaining. Wait. He must have been one of the crew members on the ship that was ferrying those thalaron weapons. Well, I've got some very aggressive answers. But I'd like to not offend him. The next time we get let out, he might stab me. You said you were transporting weapons. What happened to them?
We were transporting a shipment of thalaron weapons. I know that your people will not use them. We do not want to, but our fight is getting desperate. We needed to do something, anything, that would shift the tide of war, even if that choice was horrific. I jettisoned our cargo as we were entering the atmosphere. The weapons were completely destroyed.
Oh, thank God.
I've seen what thalaron weapons are capable of firsthand. I could not allow them to contaminate a world not involved in my people's fight.
Good man. Another very aggressive answer. Any idea who brought you here?
I don't know who was responsible for this place. The trainers and the guards all appear to be mercenaries, without any clue about what's going on. They're paid to keep us in cages and look the other way. The night I was brought in, I was interrogated. There were bright lights in my eyes and a synthetic voice asking me questions. Whoever it was took care to conceal his identity.
Well, my options here. The first one, I already know that this was clearly his first time being interrogated, so no. The second one is, how could you be so stupid? You've been here for a week. Surely you've seen something. Or any idea what they want with us?
I have no idea what they want with us, or why they make us fight. This all seems like some sort of giant game, but there is no one in the stands to be entertained.
Indeed. Are there other prisoners being forced to fight?
I think there are others. I hear other fights. If there are other prisoners, I have never been able to contact them. We are kept separated and caged unless we are fighting.
Again, I already know this. He said he tried. Anyway, how many fights have you been in?
Too many.
Are you telling me that you can't handle a little bit of violence? How weak are you? Or alternatively, do you know any way past the defenses?
The trainers carry key cards. That's the only way I know to get through the defenses.
Do you think we can get one of them?
Can I trust you?
Of course.
I can see that we think the same way, friend. A few years ago, I worked as a bodyguard for a Ferengi merchant. He had a talent for acquiring latinum. And during my time with him, I learned a few things. I was able to lift a key card from one of the trainers during my interrogation.
Oh, excellent.
If you help me, I think we can overpower the guards and escape through the main door in the arena.
Well, let's bloody do it. Let's get the hell out of here. Are we gonna fight again today, or are we gonna call it a night?
If you fail to comply with commands, you will be punished.
I'll take that as an answer. Well, time to go back in. Hopefully this time will be as easy as the last time, and hopefully my personal shield generator won't run out of power. Oh my god.
Test scenario 4 activated. A Hala released.
A Hala. I don't like them. Ew.
We need more help! I'll try to free the other prisoners. You fight the worms!
But can't I try to free them? Alright. Ah, they're not so tough. Ow! Oh, good God.
Use the consoles on the sides of the arena to fight the Elder Worm!
What consoles? Oh my goodness, it's spewing balls of acid. This is a console. Activating arena defenses. Ah, disruptor turrets. But it just destroyed it. Maybe there's another console. Oh, the big worm's gone.
Enemy targets on sensor.
Oh, I'll keep these worms distracted for Slummock. Hopefully that big worm is gone for good. Oh, of course.
Just like last time. Use the remaining console on the side of the arena to fight the Elder Worm!
Oh, there's one last small worm though. There's another turret up there. And this acid is really wearing down my personal shield. Activating the second arena defenses.
In close proximity.
There's another set of consoles by the metal wall! Use them! While the
Metal
worm
wall?
is distracted!
You have no idea how little that narrows it down. Slummock, you bastard.
Targets on sensor.
There are at least 3 metal walls in this arena. You could have specified which one. Oh, that'll get rid of it.
The worm destroyed the metal wall! Run! That's our way out!
Oh, this metal wall. Well, I wouldn't exactly call it a metal wall. It was like a series of panels.
Romulan base? Here? What did they want with us? And what is that device?
Certainly good questions. And hopefully the controls for the dampening field are here. I don't think they damaged my phaser. Those were the controls for the dampening field. Yes, it feels good to have a real weapon again. I mean, not that I didn't like the Batleth, but this is somewhat more useful. Let's find out whatever information we can. Gateway console. It appears as if whomever created this laboratory has rigged controls to an Iconian gateway. I might be able to pull some information off the logs. Access communications. Our master's patience wears thin, Hakiv. The time grows short, and still you have not provided all of the species data that they require. Are you having trouble acquiring targets? I have provided you with the necessary technology to modify your satellite in the Napada system, but your little snare is slow. What we need is more test subjects. Perhaps a small colony would be enough. I will contact you again to work out the details. That must be what they were doing with this arena, getting test subjects for something. Access transport log. Accessing last 5 destinations. Nopada Base Delta, IRW Leaval. Oh, the Leaval. So, whoever was controlling this base was in contact with Empress Sela. Brea 3, Dera 4. Ifar listening post Gamma. Ah. Fascinating. Access gateway controls. Biometric signature mismatch. Access denied. Gateway shut down in 10 seconds. Damn. We can't use the gateway to get out of here. Project Dissemination. New subject. Lieutenant Commander Blueberry Ninja. Captured from USS Revenant. Initial analysis. Subject's threat level high and risk of escape or intervention in testing is elevated. Notify Colonel Hakiv and escalate to level 6 trials. Well, I'm flattered. They thought I was a high priority target. Access test parameters. Project goal to develop a matrix of Alpha Quadrant species. We must determine which species can be pitted against one another for maximum devastating effect to each. Tests will not be limited to sentient species, as the Iconians have technology that will allow us to effectively introduce new flora and fauna to alien worlds. Iconians? That's not good. Access research observations. Humans and Klingons show the greatest proclivity towards fighting when there is no chance of victory. Breaking a Vulcan's emotional control will usually render them helpless. They have no ability to process the emotions that they so zealously suppress. A possible wedge to break the Klingon Empire may be the Gorn. More than 77% of the Gorn captives chose to help another Gorn before assisting a Klingon, even if that choice resulted in the death of the Klingon. Erogen are formidable in a single combat, but their fractured society reduces their threat level significantly. I have been unable to separate a Trill symbiote from its host for separate study. 2 attempts to implant a symbiote in a host from another species have failed. Both the symbiote and the host died within hours. Undine are quite interesting. I request more time to study the race in greater detail. Does that mean they've caught an Undine? Goodness. Access records for prisoner 1478, Slummock. Captured along with a small group of Reman soldiers by Desert Patrol. Interrogation inconclusive, recommend use of holographic conditioning. Single combat test, subject was wounded on 4 occasions but survived all tests. Recommendation, prisoner 1478 may be a suitable subject for team testing or alternative study. Forward data to Colonel Hakiv for evaluation. Goodness. Access personal log. They've contacted me again. My associates have 2 tasks for me now. First is the destruction of the Remans. I understand their anger. The Remans are attempting to rise above their station. They're mindless slaves, and they need to respect their betters. Taurus was unable to control them. After Starfleet captured her, the surviving Remans developed delusions of self-worth. This troublemaker who calls himself Ubasek. Who is he to tell them that they can be free? Does a beast of burden have the right to choose its own destiny? If the problem were not so irksome, it would be almost comical. I will present Obasek's broken corpse to the Iconians in tribute. They will reward me richly for my loyalty. The second task will take more effort. The Iconians want data. They want the species of the Alpha Quadrant tested until they break. They want to know their weaknesses and how to exploit them. They want to see their strengths and know how to destroy them. I will admit, I take no little pleasure in this task. It'll be quite entertaining to make some of those self-righteous humans turn on one another, or push one of those blustering baggots from Kronos until he begs for death. Oh, and the Vulcans. I will make Vulcans weep, and I will savor each tear. I know of an abandoned Coliseum in the Nopada system. We can find a way to lure test subjects there. It will take time and effort, but I am confident that I can do what the Iconians want. Good God. Right, I've seen all I need to see. Let's get the hell out of here. Apparently here, this liquid is not... well, liquid. Apparently this is some sort of gas because, as you can see, I just fall right to the bottom. So, for this, I'll have to jump over it? Hopefully Slummock can follow me.
Watch out. There are Romulan Scorpion fighters overhead. They're looking for us. We need to move quickly and smartly to avoid detection. I recommend we head to the east. See that mountain in the distance? My ship crashed on the other side. It may have something we can use to signal your vessel. The search for us will only get more intense the longer we stay here. We need to get away from the arena as quickly as possible.
Understood.
There's a fighter heading straight for us.
Oh, damn.
Quick! Take cover in those dark rocks over there, and wait for it to pass overhead.
You read my mind.
Stay still and wait for that fighter to pass overhead. If we are fortunate, they won't detect us.
Oh, that was very close. And I guess we are fortunate.
They didn't see us. Let's move on. I can't go on. My injuries from the arena are too painful. We need to find a place to rest for a moment.
Understood. That sand dune over there looks fine to lie down.
Forgive me, my friend, but the pain... I need to rest, just for a moment. My wounds are agonizing. I fear the worm's venom may have infected me. The pain is excruciating. My vision is blurred, and my blood burns in my veins.
Well, if worse comes to worse, then a phaser set to kill is a pretty good remedy for pain. But hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Before we were captured, my science officer said that the local plants here have medicinal qualities. Please, I need your help. Find something to ease my suffering. I need something to disinfect my wound, something to treat my fever, and anything that will ease my pain. Thank you, my friend. I know that I would have died today if it weren't for you.
Well, the plants here are certainly a better option than my phaser. I'll see what I can find. As a tactical officer, I received minimal medicinal training in the academy. Luckily, I still got my tricorder. This plant has analgesic qualities. It won't be as strong as anything I have in Midbay on the Revenant, but it'll take the edge off Salamek's pain. That might be enough to get him on his feet again. This type of plant grows in the shade. I should look for it in the sides of hills and cliffs. Oh. Well. Maybe I can use this fluorescent plant. This plant looks like it would work for an antipyretic. It should help alleviate Slummock's fever. Unfortunately, this particular plant doesn't look healthy, and I'm not getting much sap from it. I'll need to find a more robust sample of this plant before I can treat Slummock's injuries. This type of plant likes sunny and windy growing conditions. I should look for it at the tops of hills and mountains. And lastly, this plant. This plant looks like it would work as a disinfectant. It's astringent enough to clear out any possible infections Slummock might have contracted from the worm's attack. But I think I'll need more than one sample of this type of plant to deal with Slummock's injuries. This type of plant grows in the washes of the desert. I should look for it in large flat areas. Well, 3 different plants. Hopefully that's enough. Well, I've got an analgesic, an antipyretic, and a disinfectant. Hopefully it's enough for Slummock. Here you are, my friend. We won't need to use my phaser today.
Thank you, my friend. I'm feeling better now. I think I can continue.
Good. Anyway, that mountain you mentioned. It wouldn't happen to be that one, would it? That is quite far away. Although there's nowhere else to go, other than back to the arena. And I don't fancy fighting more of those bloody worms.
Now that we're in the canyon, we shouldn't have to worry about the fighters anymore. just the local wildlife. Keep your eyes open.
Local wildlife? They wouldn't happen to be like those other animals that we saw in the arena, would they? God, I hope not. But with a phaser, perhaps we have a chance this time. God, it's bloody cold, and those are some scary bloody dogs. I don't see a way around them. Perhaps we can get the drop on them. Photon grenade! Oh Christ, it's still alive. And what is Slovak doing? Oh, he's one of the remans with telepathic abilities. That's good to know. Hopefully we don't run into any more of those. We're still pretty far away from the mountain. At least a kilometer to go still. At least. Ah, more of those bloody dogs. Perhaps we can avoid them this time. Up on this ridge. Come on, Slamak, follow me. And try not to make sounds. That's not good. That's not good. Back away, Slamak. Maybe it'll move. Oh, okay. Thank God. Now let's get out of here as soon as possible. What? Slovak, you idiot! God, his fever must be affecting his brain. Oh God. God, those are massive cats. Anyway, the mountain. So much for my ridge plan. At least we had the high ground. Slamek.
The search patrols are moving on. We will not survive a night in this desert. We need to find shelter and safety. If we can scavenge provisions to create a camp, we'll have a better chance of reaching the wreckage of my ship alive.
What do we need?
The temperature is dropping. If we don't find warmth, we risk hypothermia. We can't use a phaser on the rocks here to heat them. They're too porous. We will need firewood.
Well, that sucks.
Look to the dry plants. If we can collect tinder, kindling, and logs, we will be able to create a fire that will last through the night.
Well, I'll keep my eye out. Excellent.
That should last.
Oh, bloody hell.
Let's get into this cave.
Oh, another one of those
Temperature
bloody
drops
worms.
more.
Bloody hell. Die. God, I hate this planet. Oh, wonderful. There's a cave at the end of this canyon. We can camp out there.
The temperature is dropping rapidly now. This cave should protect us from the elements. I've done some exploring. It looks like this cave continues when the sun rises side of the mountain. We could save time and energy by using the passage instead of trying to find a path over the mountain. Excellent. The passage saved us hours. This could be a good day. Let's find my ship. My ship isn't far from here. I think I can make out smoke from the wreckage on the horizon.
Those lines are a bit overlapping, but it's fine. At least we survived the night. Now we have to worry about dehydration and heat stroke. Yay.
There she is. She wasn't much to look at, but she was ours. And when we were flying through space, we were free. Perhaps she can help us one last time.
What a sight to behold. If we can't get anything working, then at least we'll have a place to stay out of the sun. Perhaps some of the provisions are still ready. Some water down there. Maybe it's fresh. Although if we're unlucky, then this water is lubricant from the ship's engine that flowed down here. That'd be fun. That looks interesting. That looks like Iconian technology. Maybe we'll get a message from that Tesseract thing. Thank God they didn't confiscate that.
I do not know why Slomek had this on his ship. The materials are not of Romulan or reman design, but there are traces of protomatter and decalithium, and those are materials used to create the Hobus supernova. Be careful. You do not know who you can trust anymore.
Alright. Are you implying something? Nope, just closing the channel. Bloody temporal agents. That looks like it survived the crash. There's no way this vessel will ever fly again. I could have told you that. The damage done by the fall through the planet's atmosphere is severe. If the emergency distress beacon wasn't vaporized in the crash, it's probably buried under 30 meters of rock and sand, like the singularity drive in the cargo bays. I do, however, find a backup generator with a minuscule amount of energy left. If I had the right components, I think I could construct a makeshift subspace beacon to contact the Revenant. I won't be able to do anything more than transmit a few pulses to let my crew know where we are, but that should do the trick. Knowing my crew, they'll be looking for any way to get me back. A few pulses on subspace would be enough. Ah, this looks like the communications array. Excellent. Ah, the subspace distortion inverter. This looks like a prickly pear plant. Parts from the navigation beacon. This should be just what we need. Ah, let's see if we can't weld these components together with my phaser. That should do it. Right. It's on. Now all we have to do is wait. Oh, damn.
Did you think you could run? From me? There is no place where I cannot find you. My spies are everywhere. Prisoner 1478, take your place.
What?
You did your job admirably. It is good to know at least one Reman understands who is the master and who is the slave.
Slomek, you bastard!
The loss of the listening post was a minor setback. The Reman's refuge in the Dera system has been destroyed. Dozens of subjects have been tested in my arena. When the Iconians return, they will find I have done all they have asked, and more. But you will not be there on that dreaded day. This tiresome game ends now. You could have been such a fascinating test subject, but this time, no. This time I think a more direct approach is best.
Go to hell, Akiv.
Ready? Aim. No!
Oh. Have they fired yet? I know that sound. I'm back on the Revenant. They must have transported me out before they fired. It's good to see you, Chief. I'll get to the bridge. God, it's good to be back. Oh, and we're being hailed by Obasek. On screen. I apologize for Slummock's action. I had no idea that there was a traitor in our midst. If his actions caused any harm to you or your crew, forgive me. That was not my intent. However, your trip to the Nopada system has not been in vain. Now you see. Now you know. Akiv is a pawn in a greater power. The demons of air and darkness are here. You should report to your superiors, tell them what you have seen here, open their eyes to the dangers that lurk in the shadows. Well, apparently, Obasek's so-called demons are the Iconians. So, now Starfleet can assist, knowing that there is indeed an external force controlling the Romulans, or more specifically the Tal Shiar's actions. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoy this kind of content and you'd like to see more, please feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel and it means a lot to me. And, as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.